Fly FM.
Hey, what's going on? Good morning. You're waking up with Fly's AM Mayhem. Hafiz, Gibo, and RD live from our Fly FM studio this morning. And with us is a very, very special guest.
Okay, can I introduce her?
Yeah, absolutely,
Okay,
RD.
she hails all the way from Indonesia. I just came back from Bali, by the way. It's a beautiful place. Can we give a round of applause for Cinta? Yay!
Yay!
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to Malaysia, by the
You
way.
should say my full name because Cinta could be anybody.
Okay, Cinta
Laura
Laura
Kiehl.
Kiehl.
There you go. All the way from Indonesia. That's right. Actually, yeah, you know, Cinta's very...
I mean, you could literally just be saying, "Love is our special guest for today."
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Love who?
My Cinta!
But
Like
of
your
course,
bae.
welcome to Malaysia.
Thank you.
And we're so happy to actually be sitting down and interviewing to this morning right here on Fly FM.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's actually, well, I had a radio interview before this,
Right.
but today, this whole session, the one before this and this, is my first radio interview in Malaysia ever. I mean, I've been to Malaysia several times,
Right.
but I've never actually done a radio interview. So
Right.
it's cool to finally
Oh,
do it here.
okay.
Yeah, I know. You would think, right? Since I released a song like 10 years ago that was big here, I would have come here to do promos,
Yeah.
but no. I think it was in part due to the fact that I was still in school at the time. I was really
Right.
young, so I couldn't like skip school to do promos, you know. So my time was very limited.
Okay,
Okay.
so so that's why we want to ask you the question. Like, what made you want to come back after what was it? 7 years? 7 years.
Yes, so I guess to give you guys some context, you know, I'm very grateful that a lot of the tracks I made back in my early teens did really well in Southeast Asia. Nonetheless, none of the songs that were made for me reflected my true personality. So in a sense, you could say that I experienced trauma because, again, let me just reiterate the fact that I'm very grateful that those songs did well, but I personally wasn't happy on an artistic level because Pop Sugar wasn't really something I wanted to sing, but
Right.
I understand why they made me do it because I
Sure.
was 13, 14 years old. And
Yeah.
that's what young teen singers are made to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But I was so traumatized by the whole experience that I was like, you know what? If they're going to boss me around and tell me what to sing, I'd rather not do it. I'd rather just focus on my acting.
Right,
So-
you do you.
Yeah, exactly. But in late 2018, my label reached out to me and they're like, hey, do you want to return to the music industry? And I was like, if it's anything like it was back in the day, I don't think so. But then they're like, no, we've completely changed. We want you to be proud of the music you create. We're going to give you the freedom to do what you want. So finally, in March of 2019, they flew me to Stockholm, Sweden. I recorded 4 singles there, one of them being Vita, the song that was just released in July, which also is my comeback single after my 7-year hiatus. And they truly kept their promise because I was very much involved every single step of the way, from, you know, the music arrangement choices to the lyrics to the, you know, final editing of the song to the concept of the music video and the final cut of the music video. I dictated everything and everything required my approval.
Nice.
And thus now you have Vita, which I think, as many people can tell, is very different from my old stuff, not just musically but also artistically. You can see from the music video it's very different from what I used to do. And despite the fact that it's still a pop track, you can hear, you can get a sense of my personality because the song is very much influenced by the reggaeton genre,
Okay.
which, as you guys probably know, are, you know, people like Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee,
Sean Paul.
Ozuna.
Sean DePaul.
I don't think Sean Paul's very reggaeton. He's kind of like reggae influence, reggae funk, but reggaeton is more like Latin music. Daddy
Yeah.
Yankee, Becky G, Carol G, J Balvin.
Right.
Because Sean Paul's Jamaican.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Reggaeton's more like the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and all the South American countries.
Right.
you should be a radio announcer. What are we doing here?
Yeah. So going back to, you know, your music and stuff like that, how would you explain your new sound? Like that's what you just said just now.
So out of the 4 singles I recorded in Sweden, I would say 3 of them are very much influenced by reggaeton, Latin American music. But a single I'm releasing actually in less than 2 weeks on the 22nd of November, that's going to be more towards soulful R&B because it's going to be a slower track. And my upcoming single called Caliente, coming out on the 22nd of November, is actually the first song I've ever written in my life.
Okay.
Because prior to that, I've never written a song. I co-wrote Vita.
Yeah.
But the next track, Caliente, is very personal. Wrote it completely on my own, and it feels really cathartic to be able to write something on your own. I never thought I was capable of doing so, but I guess when you feel such strong emotions, you really can put it on paper rapidly.
Why,
wow.
why in Spanish and not in Bahasa?
Well, my first language is English. It's my native tongue. But second of all, I also want to cater to a greater audience because my music, whether that's Vita or my upcoming tracks, they're not just for the Indonesian market, but we're firstly aiming for the Asian market. So actually Vita is currently being streamed in various different Asian countries. But hopefully in the future, my biggest goal would be to be able to collaborate with a Latin American singer, that being
That's-
J
wow.
Balvin. J
That's-
Balvin is
There you go.
Yeah.
J Balvin.
J Balvin, if you're listening to this, I would love to collaborate with you.
I'll text him later because I
Yeah.
got his number.
Okay,
Awesome.
sure. All right.
Fly FM, today's hottest music.